Covering the commemoration of the Battle of Square Hill at the castle, the commemoration on the First World War battle in 1918, dubbed the Battle of Square Hill. This event is taking place under the War Memorial in front of the courtyard of the castle. It commemorates and celebrates the lives of the many brave soldiers who lost their lives. Vanessa joins us now live. Vanessa, a very good afternoon to you. What are you witnessing there?
In the first public event here at the Castle of Good Hope after the 6-month-long lockdown, the 102nd commemoration of the Battle of Square Hill, which was fought during World War I, is currently underway to honour those servicemen who have in some instances laid down their lives, but also who have sacrificed greatly for their country. A memorial service as well as a wreath-laying service will take place. As a matter of fact, it's currently happening just behind us. But joining me to talk about today's event is someone who has relatives that have also served in the military, and she is the Deputy President of the South African Cape Corps Ex-Servicemen Legion, Mrs. Lillian Primo. Ma'am, a very warm good morning to you. So today, as we speak, a commemoration is currently underway. First and foremostly, tell us a bit about World War I, the Battle of Square Hill, but also the need to commemorate and to honour those who went, in your case, you have relatives that fought in Tripoli that have come back to the country. Why the need to continue honouring them and to making sure that history is not erased?
Look, the need is there for our children and the next generation that must come up and carry on our heritage, because there's nothing of the coloured, like I hate that word coloured. But I would say, South African, there is nothing for us. There's nothing of our history. They never promote us. When these men came back from the war, they had nothing. They got nothing. They received nothing. And until today, that's why for 40 years now, my father was my uncle was First World War, my father Second, and my late husband the Second World War. They instilled in me to proceed and fight to keep our history going. That's why I'm standing here today. And I think this is my 40th year that I've been standing and trying to uphold and to promote our history.
Now, you say that these men that went to war for the country were not honoured properly, were not given the credit that they deserved. Tell us a bit about the Cape Corps itself. Who made up this Cape Corps, and how were they then incorporated into the military services here?
Right, let me tell you, when the war broke out, I'm talking now Second World War, the men didn't care about, when they heard about the country is in danger of being taken over by the enemy. They didn't worry about creed or culture. To them it was to protect their country. And they went to fight for what they thought at the time was right. That is now the words from my late husband. He went from here to Kimberley. From Kimberley he was transported through to Africa, right through. He ended up in Tripoli. He was fought in Egypt, right through. Now he was injured there when a bomb fell, and he was terribly injured. They sent him back. He was lying for 6 months in Wynberg in a military hospital. From there, he was gone. They didn't acknowledge them, nothing. He came with a coat and a bicycle. The bicycle was standing for years there to remind him where he's been. Never received anything up till today. We are still struggling. Now the Cape Corps, which was fighting on a border, they took over that name, the Cape Corps. The same scenario, nothing. Now, do you think it's fair? Now I'm standing here today to expose these things that's going on, and also the history that my children and Their children must never forget where we come from and be proud to stand there. When they went, they didn't think about color. People talk about color today. Why? This is one country, whether you're black, what, you're South African, you're born here. So why can't we unite and be happy and fight for what we believe in?
Do you think, sorry to interrupt you, do you think that this commemoration today is specifically more significant, given that it happens during Heritage Month, as South Africa, for example, still celebrate the Heritage Day long weekend? And what does that mean for those that have sacrificed, some of them that have paid the ultimate price in laying down their lives for the sake of their country?
Right, you see, what we're standing here is to remember them, to honor them, not myself. I don't stand for myself, I stand for others. To honor them for what they did. Those that in the beyond must look down and say thank you. Because it's not about money today. It's about the honor, recognition, and remembrance. That is what we want. We also want my children to go in there, grandchildren, and see this is a museum, this is where my great-grandfather fought. And he can stand proud. That is why our people is going down, because we got nothing to stand up for. Absolutely nothing. We like nothing in this country. We're not recognized. I don't want to go political, but that is the gospel truth. Wherever you go, we're not recognized. They trampled us all over. So that's why me and Mrs. Frans has been fighting now. I've been there for 40 years fighting in this way for exposure of the memorial, and hope and pray that somehow, someday, we'll find a recognition.
Thank you so much for speaking to us, Deputy President of the South African Cape Corps ex-serviceman Legion, Lillian Primo, as the 102nd commemoration of the Battle of Square Hill takes place here at the Castle of Good Hope, and in a short while the memorial service is underway, and in a short while a wreath-laying ceremony to honour those who have paid the ultimate price in service of their country.
All right, Vanessa Poona live for us. Well, recorded earlier on, that coming to us from the Western Cape. Well, President Cyril Ramaphosa